Hello and welcome to StudyIQ. I am Prashant Pamani. I hope you are doing good. Today is 3rd July and let's see what we have got in PIB today. I have got a special topic for you guys. It is based on organ donation. Now the thing is, dear friends, that Government of India has came out with a sort of guidelines, and we are going to raise many questions, and with the help of these questions we'll try to come to this or try to reach this logical conclusion whether this particular guideline is in favor or whether it is going to be a bane as far as this organ donation is concerned. With this, I have good news for you. Up to 50% discount is available on our pen drive and tablet courses. This is going to last till 9th of July. Make the most out of it. With this, we have also launched a test series for you guys. Registrations are open now. Few days to go. As you know that today is 3rd July. You have got 7 days to go, so make sure you make the most out of it. At present you will find a little bit of discount, which is not bad, right? 1500 rupees is not bad. It is available both in Hindi and English, and myself, I have contributed many questions in this test series. You know that I deliver current affairs by this PIB as well as Hindu analysis English, so many important questions, and other faculties as well, they have provided very important questions. So you will get top questions. And let me tell you one more thing, that in 2018, right, out of 100 questions, 65 questions appeared, right, in this 2018 prelim that were covered by us in our previous test series. With this, dear friends, if you want to get in touch with me, this is my Facebook page and Twitter handle. Don't forget to share this lecture and hit the like button. Now, organ donation, it's a very noble thing, isn't it? It's a thing that that can change life of a person, right, who has not left this earth. Do you know that every year, right, I'm just giving you this rough example. Every year we find somewhere around 1.5 lakh people, right, that die on Indian roads, accidents, and most of them are healthy people. They have good eyes, good heart, good kidneys, everything is fine, but unfortunately because of this accident they die. So don't you think that these people can save so many, or we can save so many lives, right? For that we have to change our perspective. It is a societal change that we need in our society. You can give your organs as well as your tissues, and there are so many people out there who have basically, you know, registered for organ donation. If you think from this angle, then as well, I'm sure you will agree with me that today we are very lucky that we are living in such an era that we can get this organ transplantation facilities, right? Medical science has reached at this level that we can you know, you can, of course, blood donation is something very common, and if technology supports us, right, research and development, then this organ transplantation can be taken to a new level. But the sad thing is that government has came out with a guideline. It has recommended this state health departments to offer cash rewards for organ donation. Somewhere between 1 lakh rupees to 5 lakh rupees per year for the period of 5 years will be given to the person who is donating, or means when I say the person, I mean to say the donor's family members, right? They will get 1 lakh to 5 lakh rupees. So maximum they can get is 25 lakh rupees, right, over a period of 5 years. And this organ retrieving hospital will get 50,000 rupees. Now you can call it cash prize, you can give it a fancy name of a reward, but at the end of the day it is basically commercializing a thing that was done out of charity. There are so many questions, as I have told you, right, that we are going to raise here. Who will be that person, or can you imagine a family, right, that will be ready to take or live under this stigma, right, that they have sold their loved one's organ? Don't you think this is something that can spread like a virus in our society? People will start talking about that particular family, that these people have basically sold their dear one's organs just for the sake of money. On one side we see that organ donation is something that is, you know, not that famous in our society, And at the same time, if you are coming out with this sort of things, then of course it is going to bring a big shame for this family. The other thing is, even if you don't want to take money for it, then as well, who is going to believe you? Don't you think that there will be many people out there who will be talking about it? Now, you and I could be immune to this sort of gossips, but there are people out there, they will get negatively affected by it. People can go in depression and other things. One more thing that I would like to add here is that who would want to know as the person who took rupees 5 lakh or more for their loved one's kidney? The other thing is, don't you think that only poor donors program, or this will become, more for just poor families? It would be a ticket, for coming out of this severe poverty that we find in our country. The other thing is, and there are many questions in this lecture today, right? And I'm sure all questions are valid enough as well. The other thing is that, families, right? Nowadays we see this thing, and this is something very practical, right? You will find some sort of problems going on in, generally speaking, every family. So who is going to keep the money? How this money will be distributed amongst family members? This can create new strifes or conflicts in a family. The other thing is, what about if, say for example, if that person or dying or dead person was against this organ donation? What about that person's personal choice? What about this 5 lakh rupees, right? Don't you think that there are so many people out there who are ready to pay 10 lakh or maybe 1 crore rupees as well for an eye, for a kidney or something? So don't you think that it would be unfair? Now, if we are talking about commercialization, then why not, why not 1 crore? Why just 5 lakh rupees? So there are so many questions that we can raise. One thing is there, that apart from Iran, no other country on this planet allows this sort of monetary incentives on this organ donation. The other thing is, right, all countries do realize that this charity thing can be easily converted into, or a gift can be converted into a commodity when you add this money giving angle. The other thing is, you know it very well in our country, that huge population, right? There are so many people, millions and millions of people out there. They are not even able to afford normal medical facilities, right? Then they are not going to benefit out of this 5 lakh rupees scheme, right? Most of this operations or transplantation takes place in private hospitals. So these poor people, they will never be able to achieve, or they will never be able to, the way things are going on, right? They won't be able to make anything out of it. When I say make any, means if someone who is poor, if he or she requires a sort of organ, then 5 lakh rupees and something like this is out of their reach, isn't it? Public health facilities, right? Until and unless they don't provide this free transplant facilities, we should not go ahead with this sort of schemes. We can do something what Israel has done. Israel back in 2012 came out with a scheme called, or a system basically called, don't give, don't get. So if you donate your organs, say for example, if you are a living donor, let's take a rough example of Israel, that if you are a living donor, then you will get you will be provided with 5 years of health and life insurance. You will get if transplant takes place, then you can take time off from your work as well. You will be paid for this thing, and first priority is offered for transplants to living donors and their family members. Registered organ donors of 3 years or more get second priority, and the family members of registered donors get third priority. So if someone donates organ from your family, say for example, then the family, just in case if they require any organ, then they will get it back. When I say get it back, means their name will be there on this priority list. And when Israel came out with this scheme, just in first year, organ transplants in the country shot up by 60% within just 1 year. So this is something that we can work on, but commercializing is something that is going to be very dangerous. With this, dear friends, I would like to inform you one more thing before we move ahead. Dear friends, you know it very well that on an average, coaching classes, they will charge you 2 lakh rupees for UPSC, right? This is an average. There are many classes they charge more than this amount, but if you get our pen drive and tablet course that are designed by best faculties of our country, that will cover your pre and mains examination, you have to spend just, rather than spend, I would use the word invest. You have to just invest 22,500 only, and then you can study from wherever you like, right, at the comfort of your home. You don't have to migrate from your village or town to this mega cities. You don't have to pay high rents and other things. So think about it. To check out StudyIQ.com to find out more about it. Now, dear friends, this is a very innovation, or you can say very innovative, as well as I would say out of the box thinking from Election Commission of India. Yesterday we were talking about Election Commission, about how they are trying to basically rope in this Divyangjans for upcoming elections. And here we see that Election Commission has decided, or in fact they have launched this application, mobile app called C-Vigil. Now this C-Vigil is a user-friendly and easy to operate Android application. That's what Election Commission is talking about. But one of the most interesting thing about this C-Vigil is that say for example, if elections are going on, or if elections are going to take place in your area, and if model code of conduct has been applied, and if you find, right, as a citizen that something wrong is going on, then you can file your complaint with the help of this C-Vigil, right, without knocking the doors of returning officer. The other thing is, if we make sure as a country, right, if we make sure that we make this particular app as smooth to operate, user friendly, and if complaints or actions are taken on this reported complaints, and if people can see this visible results, then this can be a game changer. Because you know that in our country, even today, we find this paid news are going on, and freebies are distributed, and you know, transport facilities is provided by these political parties on the day of election. So all these things, right, are something that is against this model code of conduct. And if we as a citizen, if we keep our eyes and ears open for all these malpractices, then we can definitely make our democracy a bit more mature, and it can basically, it will work as you know, as a tool to convert our society into a more utopian society or utopian country. I have 2 news items pertaining to northeastern region. The first one is associated with this Baden Klam festival. I am so sorry if I am not pronouncing it rightly, right? This is a very new word for me as well. I tried many a times to pronounce it, but sorry about that if this is not the right pronunciation, right? This particular festival is celebrated in Meghalaya. You find this type of questions in your MCQ: festival name and state associated with it, or many a times tribes associated with it. So Jaintia tribe, you might have heard about this Garo, Khasi and Jaintia hills. So Jaintia tribes, particularly this non-Christians or one who are following this Hinduism, they are the ones who celebrate this festival in this Jovai town of Meghalaya. With this, dear friends, another item that we have is associated with this people called Bru. Now this Bru people were displaced back in 1997 because of various reasons. They have to left this Mizoram, and now they are living in, most of them are living in Tripura. Somewhere around 5,407 families totaling up to 32,876 persons are presently living in this temporary camps in Tripura, but they will be repatriated in Mizoram before 30th September. That's what Government of India has said, and it has been agreed by Government of Mizoram, Tripura and Mizoram Brew Displaced People's Forum. Financial assistance will be provided by central government to make sure that they are secure, they will get education and livelihood opportunity. Again, a very interesting as well as very innovative thing that we find in PIB today is associated with this micro, small and medium enterprises ministry. Now, Khadi and Village Industries Commission, that is QUIC, has today launched its in-house developed single umbrella e-marketing system named Khadi Institution Management and Information System, that you can call it KIMIS. Now, this KIMIS, how it is going to be helpful? First of all, you can access KIMIS from anywhere in our country. The other thing is that why you need to access it. On this system, you can check the sale and purchase of this Khadi and Village Industries products. The other thing is that you can also monitor or you can get real-time data about this sales as well as this updated status of stocks at Khadi Bhavan or godowns, so you can better plan, organize your sales, and it will of course try to, there is a demand of Khadi items, and this app will help in meeting or matching this demand with adequate supply. So in this way, it is going to be a game changer. 480 Khadi institutions and showrooms are already linked with this billing software called this KIMIS. With this, dear friends, Niti Aayog is going to organize a sort of you can say a workshop or an event on 7th and 8th September 2018. Of course, more details we will get in future, but let me give you a sort of curtain raiser detail about this thing. The name is MOVE Global Mobility Summit is going to take place in New Delhi in our country, and main focus is electronic vehicles. You know that technology costs are falling down. There are so many business models, innovative business models. They are working on this renewable energy and electrical vehicles, and we are going to see this 2030 is our target. So before that, all these workshops definitely will help us. We will learn so much from different ministries as well as different counterpart ministries of different countries and things like that. So this is going to be a win-win for our country, and it's not just about electronic vehicles. It is also about you can say indirectly fighting climate change, creating more jobs, so all these things. With this difference, the last item that we have today is pertaining to WhatsApp. Now, I'm sure all of us are using WhatsApp, and I'm sure all of us are aware about this thing as well, that on WhatsApp you find this fake news item, right? It's easy to share, so people do share anything they like, right? They don't have any mechanism or knowledge to check the things that they do get on WhatsApp, and because of this thing, many times we find that people do believe what they get on WhatsApp. So it's a big problem, right? Fake news, and we have seen this lynching incidents, lynching of innocent people. Innocent or not innocent, lynching is something illegal, right? You cannot take law in your own hand. And when you have mobs taking or doing this sort of lynching, it also reflects the violence that is prevalent in a society. So this is something not acceptable, but this is taking place. One of the main, you can say, this virus is spread by this WhatsApp. So Government of India has warned WhatsApp to take immediate action, and it will not tolerate. Government has said, right? It's a very strong message from Government of India that WhatsApp needs to do something about this fake news that are getting viral on its platform. With this difference, these are your answers. These are your 2 new questions. That's everything in today's PIB. Make sure you check out StudyIQ.com. Don't forget to share this lecture with other people and hit the like button if you have learned something from today's discussion. Thank you very much for your support, for your love, and for your positive feedback. Enjoy your day. Jai Hind.